WTV9, Mississippi's WTVA Live.
Good morning from the All-American City, Tupelo, Mississippi, USA. It's St. Patrick's Day, and it's another morning show.
Good morning to you. It's Monday morning. Monday morning.
You're sort of hoarse, aren't you?
And I sound bad.
Let's do that in harmony. Monday morning, and I sound bad.
We had a good weekend.
Oh, we sure did. I tell you, it's the wearing of the
do.
green today. You got sort of green.
Yeah, I'm light green and you're dark green. You're bright green, buddy. This is really... Oh, this is my flowers. We went down to Amory to the big Mike Snider show, and the Vinegar Bend Station Music Club brought me some flowers. And they were so pretty, I said, well, I'm going to make these into an arrangement so everybody can enjoy them this morning. And didn't have quite enough to make a big arrangement.
It was really an official ceremony where they presented you with a bouquet of flowers, and they presented Mike Snider, Sweetie Pie, a bouquet of flowers.
She is the sweet girl.
It was a real scene on the stage. Y'all look like queens standing out there. Mm.
That was a great show. We had, they had a very good turnout. I believe the auditorium was almost full. And Mike just did a super job. He's a great entertainer. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm. I got his new album here. It's just good. It's called Mike Snider and Friends, and I'm going to leave it here for bumper music. It's the best you've ever heard for bumper music.
Right.
It sure is.
He's going to be our guest tomorrow, along with Max Clarkson.
That's right.
Over from Alabama.
Right.
But we caught some video of Mike on Saturday night, and we'll be showing that back tomorrow.
Mike's going to be picking with us. We're going to be picking and singing with Mike Snider. Boy, he played the fire out of that banjo, didn't he? We just sat there in the living room of the Krubers down in Amory and just sang I'm Going Down the Road Feeling Bad, and he picked the fire out of it.
He sure did. They were so nice to us, fed us such a good meal.
Mississippi's TV9, WTVA Live.
Good morning from the All-American City, Tupelo, Mississippi, USA. It's the morning show.
And it's a good Tuesday morning. We're glad to have you with us, and we have a great show today.
That's right, and I'm excited, kids, because we got to get right into it. And I tell you what, we're going to do the Mike Snider show today, and we're not going to do the interview first. We'll do it tomorrow, but we're going to do on stage with Mike Snider this morning. And we better get busy with it because we're going to Amory, Mississippi with a snap of your finger. And Kay, you're singing right now, so let's go what you say.
Okay.
I found someone I said would come along. He's sad, so unlike any man I've known. I was afraid to let him in, 'cause I'm not trusting kind. Now I guess he's heaven sent.
know, it's getting to be income tax time again, ain't it? That's an exciting time when everybody writes out a check and sends it in to Uncle Sam. He just sucks it up like a vacuum cleaner. Don't have a bit more feeling for a fella than nothing. I hope y'all don't do like a friend down at Gleason did. His name's Buddy Robinson. Buddy wrote them a letter to the IRS and told them, said, folks, in 1984, I cheated y'all on my income tax, and I hadn't been able to sleep lately. So I wrote you a check for $500. And if I can't sleep, if I still can't sleep, I'll send you the rest later. Oh, Stevie's ring.
All right. That's
What
just a little segment of what he
good
did down
show.
there. And tomorrow we'll do the interview with Mike. You find out all about him. We were going to talk about when he was born in Gleason and how he learned to play the banjo and where he went to school. And we'll get to see Sweetie Pie, his wife, and all the folks we were visiting in the Kruger home down in Amory. And so we'll get to see all of that.
And we want to thank the Vinegar Bend Band. Boy, they did a good job for us and for Mike Snider. That's a good group down in Amory, and they meet every Thursday night at the Vinegar Bend.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, just as fine as I can be, and I'm just so happy to be sitting here with you and meeting you for the first time in my whole life.
Well, it's good to meet you, man. I'm just tickled plumb to death to be here.
Mike, this is this lady over here is Kay. She's my partner, and we're on television every day, Monday through Friday, on Channel 9 television on a show called Mornin, and we pick and sing and have the best time. You know what it is, having a good time picking.
Oh, yeah, especially early in the morning. That's when it's at its best.
I'm gonna let her. She's good at asking questions. So I'm going to, you know, women can just ask more questions than any time, so I'm going to let her ask you a few questions.
All
okay?
righty.
Mike, we're thrilled to have you. It's Amory where you're visiting, and we're visiting in the home of the Krugers, and we're so happy to be in their home. They just fed us a real good meal. That's
Well, it was
Bobby
fine,
and
wasn't
Betty. It was good. And it's nice to have you in the city of Amory. and on the morning show.
Well, it's good to be here. Boy, this is a pretty town. This looks a whole lot like Gleason.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where is Gleason, Tennessee?
It's right up there, right in between Pillarville and Como.
And that's not, now where is that?
Well, it's
I know, but Pillarville.
it's up there in northwest Tennessee, about 130 miles northeast of Memphis and 140 miles west of Nashville. 50 miles from the Kentucky line.
Oh, I see.
Somebody asked me the other day what's it next to, and I told them extinction. And that's about the truth.
Is it close to Martin, Tennessee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
15 miles east of Martin.
I used to
Know where
work
Martin
Union
is.
City. It's close to Union City, isn't it?
Yeah, about 30 miles from Union City.
I see. Listen, I want to ask you this. When did you start picking this manger? When you was knee-high to a duck?
No, sir. I started when I was 16 years old. I got my first banjo May the 28th at 12:30 in the noon, 1976.
Boy, you know right down to the day.
Right after I got done eating dinner, Daddy went out in the car and opened up a trunk of the car and pulled out a banjo. I've been jawing and worrying him to death to get me one. And he brought me one in, and I've been fighting it like fire ever since. For nearly 10 years now.
Did you have somebody to teach you to play, or did you just,
Yes, ma'am. There was a fella lived in Sharon, Tennessee. Gene Harkey had a banjo, and he had quite a few of them, and he knew how to play, and he showed me everything he knew. And took him about a year and a half, and then I've been getting it any way I could get it from then on.
How about getting in these contests? When did you first enter a contest?
Well, the first time I entered a contest was in Smithville, Tennessee, and I've been playing about 8 months, and I didn't even get a smell. I'm telling you.
That sounds like me.
And so I just kept entering them, and I started getting second place and third, and then I went and entered the state contest, and the first time I got second place, and the next time I won it. And then I won it the second time the year later, and they told me I couldn't enter it for a year because I won it twice in a row. So I got married in the meantime to Sweetie, and I decided I was going to put my banjo down and try to make a living. And I thought, well, before I quit, I'm going to go into the National Banjo Contest. See if I can win. I went out there, and darned if I didn't win the thing.
Oh, well, great.
boy, that is nice.
Listen, I want to ask you, I heard Roy Aitko said you brought the whole Gleason town to Nashville the first time you came over after you won that. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did all y'all really go up there?
Yeah, there wasn't enough people left in Gleason to put out a fire. They
Well,
all
they was really backing you just like a basketball game, wasn't it?
They sure was, and when I walked out on the stage, they like to tore the roof off the thing.
That's great.
And they was all up there with me, and that was a great feeling to know that all the people I knew was sitting out there cheering me on. If it hadn't been for them, it wouldn't have been a big deal at all for anybody but me, because it just been another picker up on the stage. But when they all came, see, that got the news that people all tore up, and I was on the nightly news with Tom Brokaw and Good Morning America, and just throwed on the big dog. I'm telling you.
That was a big
They
break,
was
wasn't
spreading
it?
you
was.
thick there,
What
weren't
year
you?
was
was.
this, Mike?
It was January the 21st, 1984.
Boy, you good those dates, I'll tell you.
What a memory. And you've been doing the Nashville Now show, I guess, since it came on.
Well, it was on a year before I started, and up till last May, I had been on there 3 times, and since then, I've been on 20 times.
Do you have a contract with them now, or is just they just call you when they want you?
They just call me.
That's a fine group of people, isn't it?
I love all of them. They're just like family to me.
By the way, you was dressed up in a tuxedo the other night, the big 60. You look nice.
Oh, boy, Sweetie said I stuck out like a green fly in a sugar bowl.
Well, I'll tell you what, she backs you 100%, don't she?
Yeah, Sweetie.
Let's call her in.
Oh, come on in, Sweetie. This is the
Okay,
best
I want-
thing
You
that's
talk
happened.
so much about Sweetie until
Hello.
everybody wants to see
Isn't
her.
this a
And what
pretty
a pretty
thing?
lady.
Ain't she something?
Now, how did you ever get somebody like this? You must have swapped a whole lot of potatoes to buy a whole lot of things to get her, did you?
No, here's what happened.
All right.
Sweetie lives 3 miles or 2 miles down the road from me, and she's 3 years younger than I am. So growing up in school, she was always too young, you know, for me to court. And one day I'd been out of school about 4 years, and I drove by there, and I seen her standing out in the hog lot, mud up about halfway dry. And I thought that's the prettiest thing I ever seen in my life. So I asked her out, and on the third date I asked her to marry me. But I knew I wanted to the first time we went out, but I didn't want to rush into nothing, you know.
Love at first sight.
Oh, it was.
So she was number one and the banjo number two then, right?
That's right. She still is number one.
That's great.
But the banjo's running a close second.
Could we get the, let's get the,
Vinegar Bend Station now
Yeah.
for having you in
Yeah.
Amory.
Yeah.
And this is a great little show, Mike.
is.
You're going to love this. These people have been together a few years, and they formed a music club, and they have their own building. They meet every Thursday night here in Amory and just pick and sing.
as long as they want to.
And I tell you,
Nobody
it is
thinks
really
there's any better than anybody else. They
nice.
just all pick.
It is great.
Well, that's the best way to be. Just everybody get together and have a big time with it. And I've met a lot of these people, and they're my kind of
Could
folks.
we have the man and woman of this house to come and stand with us? Let's have them come stand with us. I'd like to have the
be
folks that
great.
fed us a while ago. It'd be nice for them to come stand with
Miss
us.
Kruger, they throwed
Yeah.
on the dog in here. We
They sure
eat
did.
high on the hog.
We
I-
did.
It was fine.
It was good, wasn't it?
Now don't go to brushing your hair. Just
Now,
come
y'all
on in here. Now come on in here.
Oh, come on, girls. My goodness, getting the picture.
She's
We
got a
enjoy
couple
it.
of her sweeties with her here.
That's what pretty girl. And
Now-
Bobby's working.
Bobby had to work.
I'm
he couldn't
sorry.
be here.
With a crew like this, we might entertain a little bit, Mike, you know, just to let them clap their hands and let's do a little picking. If you won't mind, I'd just like to say that Kay and I have played music with Mike Snider one time.
Well, all right. I
We
don't know.
played with Grandpa Jones up at his place, and he just flogged that old banjo, so it's an honor to be singing and you playing with us. We're going to take off right here, okay?
All right, let's get it.
I'm going down that road feeling bad, bad, bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Wait, oh, these $2 shoes hurt my feet. These $2 shoes hurt my feet. These $2 shoes hurt my feet. And I ain't gonna be treated this way. Wait one more time now. Let's take it out then. I'm going down that road feeling bad, bad, bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad. I'm going down that road feeling bad. And I ain't gonna be treated this way.
Oh, come in there.
Right.
I'd like for you to do one more thing for me.
All right.
Tell everybody in your own Gleason, Tennessee way that we'll be back in just a moment.
Folks, y'all hang around. We'll be back before a cat can lick his eye.